Akron Athletics and the Wentz Financial Group present
Zips Weekly with Joe Moorhead.
Contributing sponsor,
Hilton Akron Fairlawn. And now your host, Joe Dunn.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome to a brand new edition of Zips Weekly with head football coach Joe Moorhead, brought to you as always by the Wentz Financial Group. How about the Zips? A long bus ride out to DeKalb, Illinois, and the results, a 44-12 win, as the Zips now will close out the season Friday afternoon up at Buffalo. 1 o'clock kickoff against the UB Bulls. We'll talk about that in a moment. But, Coach, 17 days without a game, about a 7.5-hour bus ride, but one of your best games of the year. How do you explain that? You had some fresh legs for that game, didn't you?
Yeah, it was great. For the kids to go up there and be able to get our, first MAC win against a very good opponent. But yeah, as you mentioned, pretty long bus ride, a long stretch between games, and we talked about needing to knock the rust off early and get started fast, and play complete 4 quarters. And I was proud of their effort, and made the bus ride home a little bit shorter.
A little bit shorter.
Yeah.
You're right. A few comments before we get into the highlights, Coach. 512 yards of total offense. That's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty balanced. I think 312 through the air, 200 on the ground. Back-to-back weeks where we've done a really nice job running the ball. Cam, 200-yard games in a row. So it was good to have that balance and more importantly, put points on the board.
Yeah. One more thought before we see the highlights. We're going to see Northern Illinois drive down their second and third possessions of the game. Coach, your defense holds them to field goals. I thought that was huge. Instead of being down 14-0, you're only down, 6-0?
Yeah, critically important. Started slow on offense, turned it over on downs, and then had an interception. And defensively, we always talk about when the opposition gets to the red zone, it's 3 or 0, and we did a great job holding the field goals. Okay,
let's go back to Husky Stadium this past Saturday. A beautiful day for that time of year up in the prairies of Northern Illinois. The Zips win the toss. They elect to defer till the second half. And, Coach, your defense is going to come out right away and get a 3-and-out.
Yeah, defense, like you said, the big challenge, held them to 86 yards rushing against a team that had run the ball very, very well. And that was what we had to do, first and foremost, and came out and did a nice job.
I made a note in my notes doing the game on radio. I thought your defense looked really quick, fresh legs, really playing well.
Yeah, we get a good rotation going at linebacker. We don't have a ton of bodies to rotate on the front and the back end because there's so many injuries, but I think we did a good job with the practices leading up to the game, just making sure we were smart with our reps and making sure the guys came in fresh.
I'd say you see a nice tackle right there. Andrew Boehm, I think, saved a touchdown with that tackle.
Yeah, he had a couple nice open field tackles. He did a nice job.
And now you're going to show him a little bit of the speed. I think it's Alex Adams on a jet sweep, and I thought your speed, especially at the wideouts against their secondary, was big.
Yeah, our 3 top, Alex, DG, and Shockey in MAC play are 1, 2, and 3 in receptions per game, and Alex leads in yardage. So we have a bunch of playmakers there, and got to keep finding a way to get them the ball.
They showed you 2 different quarterbacks, kind of a running quarterback in Lynch, then they brought the passer in.
Yeah, with Lombardi out for the season, they were rotating guys through there and really have a similar skill set. So same thing, needed to stop the run first and foremost and do a great job with the play action pass in terms of eye discipline and man coverage.
Good pressure again by the Akron defense. Zips down 3-0 early here in the football game. And again, Undercuffler, we'll talk about him a lot, Coach, the remainder of the show. Got his first start as a Zip, and I think did a really good job.
Yeah, he did. 312 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception. He really managed the game well and made a bunch of good decisions.
Of course, Smeagol with the 33-yard field goal, and right now it's Northern 6 and Akron 3. So we're going to get the football back.
Yeah, saw Tim Terry making a tackle there. He played his best game so far of the year, and once again, defense continuing to force, punts, and then, continue to find our footing on offense.
From ground level, watch that pass, and I think that was Undercuffler again on the throw, and pretty good catch.
Yeah, Undercuffler to Grimes, and then, we continue to drive the thing down there.
There's Shockey with the reception right into the sidelines of the Northern Illinois bench. All 3 receivers, as you said, Coach, had good games.
Yeah, and then Cam Wiley, too. It's great to see, once again, the success of this offense has generally been predicated on our ability to run the ball, and to get the run game going makes you feel great. Good read against man-to-man there by Jeff, good protection, and then DG covering the ball with two hands there. The fumble that we had earlier in the year, so we wanted to make a point of ball security, and he did a nice job there protecting that thing going into the end zone.
Smiegel's going to come in with the extra point, and suddenly the Zips have a lead at 10-6. In fact, Coach, after being down 6-0, I think he scored 27 straight points.
Yeah, we did. Defense kept getting off the field, forcing punts or forcing turnovers like we see here. Big Curtis skying off the ground there to hit that tip ball that hit off their guy's head. Yeah. Which should have been a penalty, illegal touching. But it was great to see Curtis's vertical there and get up in the air and get that pick. Set us up with a short field and capitalize on it with a touchdown.
Yeah, Big Curtis turned. He won more yardage.
Yeah, he did. He was trying to score that thing. Good job by Jeff there checking it down. Our primary not open, and man, it just warms my heart to see this run game get going. We knew it was going to happen eventually, but it makes it so much easier to be balanced and call plays when you're not one-dimensional, because it forces the defense to defend everything.
Cam Wiley over 100 yards again. That was just part of what he did all day long.
Yep. And Alex getting in the box for his first touchdown there. Good read by Jeff. Good play design. And second week in a row we've hit Alex on that kind of play for a touchdown.
Yeah, he brought him across the formation, and they didn't pick it up in the touchdown. And here's Smiegel with another extra point, and suddenly it's 17-6, and you're dominating right now.
Yeah, and that was talking about playing complementary football. And throughout the season, one phase would do something well, and then the other one would kind of give up the momentum. And we talked in this game about capturing the momentum and controlling it, which from this point on, we really didn't give it up, which was awesome to see.
I thought that was a big run, Coach. They had you back there on the 16. I think it was 3rd and long. You call the run, and you get out of trouble, and Northern Illinois is forced now to play defense the rest of the half.
Yeah, we went into that drive saying we didn't want to do anything stupid and turn the ball over or give them a short field, and we were just going to try to run it and get some field position to punt. But then when we split that run, we're like, all right, we have time left. Let's go and try to get some points on the board.
Another good route, another good catch.
Yeah, good completion to Daniel against man-to-man coverage there. Smart decision getting out of bounds for 2 minutes. Unfortunately, he dropped the touchdown on 3rd down on that drive, and we had to settle for the field goal. But any points going into the half were good there.
We finish it out with another Smiegel field goal, and suddenly the Zips at halftime lead it 20-6. But they're not finished yet. They're going to have a big second half to end up with 44 points. We're going to take a break, come back, and take a look at second half highlights right after this.
The difference with Wentz Financial Group is that we do not have a cookie-cutter answer to any of our clients' needs. Every day is completely different in the market, and every client's situation is unique. We value the opportunity and responsibility to manage the hopes and dreams of our 3,000 customers nationwide.
Come see the difference Wentz Financial Group can make for your financial future. Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly with head coach Joe Moorhead. We were watching highlights. Akron with a big 44-12 win over Northern Illinois this past Saturday. Now it's time to pick up highlights of the second half. And Coach, you're up 20-6, and now you're going to come up with a dominating second half.
Yeah, kids were excited in the locker room. Talked about 30 minutes to play and finishing the thing off strong. Unfortunately, we went 3 and out on our first drive on offense, but defense continued to play well. Bubba and Nate led the team in tackles, and I think our kids were just excited and ready to finish the game off.
Was that the most physical game your defense has played, Coach? There was a lot of big hits on that side of the ball.
Absolutely. Under 100 yards rushing allowed, 2.3 yards a carry. I think it was 4.5 yards per pass attempt, and just a really great performance.
Now here's a pass I think intended for George, and Alex Adams cuts in front of him.
It was. Daniel technically is not supposed to slow down, so that's why those guys kind of got jumbled together. So Jeff underthrew it, and if he'd have thrown it normally, and Daniel would have kept running, he'd have caught the touchdown. But sometimes luck is what occurs when
Yeah.
preparation and opportunity meet.
Well, Alex was like a outfielder cutting in front of the center
Yeah, he
fielder
was
and
shot
caught
out
that
of the
one.
cannon when he caught that thing. That was the same route that Tony Grimes caught earlier in the game.
Okay.
And the spacing of it was a little bit better there. But, we'll take one for the good guys there.
There's big Victor Jones, I think, was the first of his 2 sacks.
Yeah, good game for Victor. I think 3 tackles for loss as well. And, really good game by our defensive front.
Comes Cam Wiley again. They're going to bring Price in later, but he's 220 pounds, and he ran hard, too.
Yeah, Clyde runs behind his pads, find a way to lean on you. Huge third down conversion there on 3rd and extra long to keep the drive going. But Clyde and Cam are definitely a very good 1-2 punch. Different styles of running.
Boy, he reads his blocks well that time and gets out of bounds. A nice run.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the offensive line, I think, in segment 3, but that was Coach Rodriguez put that line together. I thought they played well.
Yeah, it was a real challenge throughout the course of the year when you come in and, you see, guys in spring ball and fall camp going against each other and really don't have a great gauge of how that matches up against competition. And it took us for a while to find the right guys, and we knew eventually it was going to pay off.
There's Clyde Price, I think for about 8 yards out on the left side, and guys just bouncing off of him.
Yeah, we had run the jet motion with Alex, earlier in the game, got them to overcommit, and ran the counter there, and a nice block from Daniel George, taking 2 on the safety in the corner.
Zips up 34-9, but they're not through yet. They're going to put more points on the board as you're watching play early in the 4th quarter from DeKalb, Illinois. Now here's the 76-yard interception, and that's Tyson Durant, the young man from Copley and Canton McKinley, untouched, 76.
Yeah, second pick of the day, and always good when you're playing a cloud corner in cover 2 and they're throwing a hitch to nobody. So that's not going to have an easier one than that. So I was glad that he caught it and was able to outrun everyone to the end zone.
I think I saw Coach Bell trying to keep pace with him down the
Yeah,
sidelines.
he was about to get a penalty, so we got to keep him back. But Trey played corner in college at Vanderbilt and UConn, so he still has some speed left in him. He's a young guy.
Good play there. I think that's Corey Jones, who I thought played, or Corey Thomas that played well.
Yeah, we moved him from end to nickel, and he's made some really nice plays. Another big play to Daniel George off the play action. This was an adjustment we put in at halftime, and we'd love to see him step out of that and score, but led to points.
Boy, your wide receivers are separating on that deep ball all day long.
Yeah, we wanted to keep Jeff in rhythm, like throws that were getting the ball out of his hand quickly, or max protect stuff where he could feel comfortable in the pocket. Would have loved to put an extra one in the end zone there, but it was good to get some more points on the board and extend our lead.
Corey Smigiel with the field goal, and that'll wrap up the scoring for the Zips with 44. Now, Northern's going to get another field goal, 44-9. They decided to go for 3 and make it 44-12. That's our final score.
Yeah, we were off the field, or we had a sack by Victor and got a little bit of excessive, celebration penalty, which we corrected and is not going to happen. But once again, defense bowing their back and doing a great job holding them to 3. And then, we were able to get a bunch of young guys in here and get their beaks wet a little bit, with some playing time. For first time, a lot of these guys were in a college game.
Yeah, we'll talk about a couple of those guys, I think, in the next segment. But you pointed out, we've talked about some of these guys before. Looking forward to watching them play next year.
Yeah, them big linemen up front, getting Charles Kellerman there, getting Jank some action. It was good to get those guys in there.
And there's the final handshake. The Zips win it 44-12 over Northern Illinois. Great win, and now it's on to Buffalo, as we said, Friday afternoon for a 1 o'clock kickoff against the Bulls. You'll be able to listen to that one on the Zips Radio Network. We'll have the pregame show at noon, kickoff at 1 o'clock. We're coming back with segment number 3. Coach is going to talk about some of the individual performances up at Northern Illinois right after this.
The difference with Wentz Financial Group is that we do not have a cookie cutter answer to any of our clients' needs. Every day is completely different in the market, and every client situation is unique. We value the opportunity and responsibility to manage the hopes and dreams of our 3,000 customers nationwide.
Come see the difference Wentz Financial Group can make for your financial future. Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime.
At the University of Akron, you have opportunity. Opportunity to be transformed through learning in our more than 200 in-demand degree programs. Opportunity to gain lifelong talents in the classroom, the studio, the lab, and in the community. And the opportunity to be a leader because of those who will support you here. At the University of Akron, you'll find your opportunity to reach greater heights. Here, everyone rises.
Okay, welcome back to Zips Weekly. It's always fun to talk to Coach Moorhead about the individual performances, especially when you play so well as Akron did up at Northern Illinois. 44 points on the board. Defense doesn't allow a touchdown, just 4 field goals. And Coach, let's start with Jeff Undercuffler, the guy that got his first start. Numbers were 21 for 32, 312 yards, 3 TDs. You got a good look at him, Coach, before you brought him in with the transfer portal. But what do you like about this kid, and how did he play on Saturday?
No, great size, very accurate, strong arm, makes quick decisions. You lose a little bit of stuff in the run game, but a guy who had a demonstrated level of success at the FCS level. And you talk about next man in. When someone goes out, the guy that replaces him is going to do as good or better of a job. And Jeff got his opportunity and let us do a win and had a really nice game.
Had a long time, Coach, as we said, 17 days without a game. Had a chance maybe to the timing with the wide receivers, the coordination with the offensive line. That was big.
Yeah, we continued to practice. So, got a whole weekend in Buffalo before that game was, postponed, then transitioned and got into Northern Illinois prep. So, that bonus Buffalo week was almost like bowl practice where we got a bunch of stuff in for the young guys. But, we never stopped practicing. We never stopped preparing. And, I think it showed on Saturday.
Let's talk about your running backs, Coach. Cam Wiley and Clyde Price. They did not play much last year after transferring in, but now it looks like they're catching their second win and really playing the way you thought they would.
Yeah, and like a lot of that goes along, their success was contingent upon what we were doing up front with the offensive line, and we were looking to find the right combination. But now that we kind of got our footing and feel comfortable with our rotations, you're seeing much more production from the running back position. And this is what, like we talked about last week, this is what we anticipated from Cam and Clyde. And as we continue to get better up front and work well together, I think our running game will go along with that.
We got our first look at freshman running back Charles Kellum out of St. Xavier down in Cincinnati. And boy, I liked what I saw, Coach. He can turn the corner, speed. He's going to be a good one.
He is. He was Scout Team Player of the Week this week. Works most of his reps down, on that side of the field. But a guy that had a ton of production at St. X. Very successful team and hard worker. Great kid. And like I said, I think he's representative of the guys we brought in from the portal or from high school. That we've got kids that are talented enough to play and succeed at this level, but they're also hard workers and good teammates as well.
Is he a little bit different than Wiley and Price? Maybe a little quicker, a little more speed in the open field? Or?
Yeah, he's probably not as strong or physical yet. He still needs to, to bulk up in the weight room and things like that. But he probably has a little more suddenness and change of direction at the point of attack than those guys.
Yeah. Let's talk about your wide receivers. I thought the advantage early on in the game, I mentioned that on the radio side, I thought our wide receivers were a little bit better, a little bit quicker, and got separation from the secondary of Northern.
Yeah, you can't say enough about what those 3 guys have done all year. I think Shockey and Alex are tied with 837 yards apiece on the season, and Daniel not very far behind. And I'd be hard-pressed to believe there's a better group in our conference.
I agree.
And offensively, we go as they go, and they, week after week, they continue to produce.
We talked about the offensive line, Coach, off and on all season long, different guys, different groupings, but boy, Coach Rodriguez did a great job. He now is settled in, I think, is what he wants, and I thought the O-line played well.
Yeah, you're talking about, Anthony Wiggin has been the stalwart and the anchor, and he's continues to do a good job. Nate Williams is the emotional leader and really kind of sets the tone from a mentality standpoint. You have a true freshman at left tackle. And then the other 3 guys that rotate in, Robarge, Kilbane, and Georges, are all guys that were brought here as walk-on players.
Right.
So you're talking about a true freshman, 3 walk-ons, transfer, and then Nate Williams. I think, and we allowed 0 sacks as well. So Coach Rodriguez is doing a nice job developing these guys. We got the right combinations in there, and great teams are defined by their O&D line. So we'll continue to improve, as we get opportunities.
Sure. Let's turn to the defense, Coach. As he mentioned, Northern Illinois not in the end zone all day long. They had to settle for 4 field goals. That front 4, Coach, Victor Jones, Curtis Harper, Ravante Holt, Zach Morton, they are good.
Yeah, they did a real nice job. Kyle Thomas got in there. Logan Hawkins, when we went against big personnel, came in and held the point. And like I said, we were able to hold our gaps. We were able to knock the line of scrimmage back and free up our inside linebackers to make plays, and really, both safeties. KJ Martin was out for the game, so Jaden Woods replaced him. But, Nate Thomas, they did a great job fitting a run, and then the corners did a good job keeping the ball inside and in front.
I thought linebacker Tim Terry played well, too. A lot of tackles.
Yeah, last 2 games are the best that he's played. And, guys, as it kind of comes to the, tail end of the season, those seniors that are last year players, they get that you get that urgency about them because, the clock's ticking, and we're glad to see those guys playing well.
We mentioned Corey Thomas, young man from Pittsburgh, I think Penn Hills High School over in Pittsburgh. Great size, 6'4", about 225. You got him out in space on defense. He did a lot of good things.
Yeah, Corey's a tweener. When we got here, he had played wide receiver and, D-back in high school. We got here and they had him slotted at defensive end. We tried to see how that went, and just really from a size standpoint, he was more of a tweener. And we're like, this guy can run. He's big. He's fast. He's athletic. So we say, hey, let's move him back to safety and see what he could do there. And I think we may have found a fit for him in the back end.
Two other names, of course, Bubba was Bubba. I mean, I remember one play, Lynch, who's the running quarterback, took it. I'm not sure if it was a design play or not, but Bubba met him right at the line of scrimmage. You probably got a better look than I did. That was one-on-one, and Bubba took him down. Yeah,
he does what he does, and it just come out every single week. Gets the calls made, diagnoses the plays, and finds a way to be unblocked and make a tackle, and just incredibly productive week in and week out.
Nate Thompson, transfer from Duke, 9 tackles, a couple of pass breakups.
Yeah, he's our second leading tackler on the team. He kind of has size like a linebacker.
6'3".
You like to see him make some more plays in the pass game when he gets opportunities, but certainly he's really done a nice job in his run fits as we're creating extra numbers to the box to stop the run.
Yeah, final name to mention, Coach Corey Smeagol, 3 for 3, kind of fought his way back as your number 1 kicker.
Yeah, this program operates as a meritocracy, so we're not handing jobs to anybody. They're going to be earned through performance, and earned the job to start the season, lost it, and then battled back and has played well, so credit to him.
Yeah, good segment, Coach, as he talks about some of the highlights from this past Saturday's big win at Northern. Now it's on to Buffalo, UB, 1 o'clock on Friday. We'll come back and talk about the Bulls right after this.
The difference with Wentz Financial Group is that we do not have a cookie cutter answer to any of our clients' needs. Every day is completely different in the market, and every client situation is unique. We value the opportunity and responsibility to manage the hopes and dreams of our 3,000 customers nationwide.
Come see the difference Wentz Financial Group can make for your financial future. Wentz Financial Group. Investment management for your lifetime.
It takes attention to detail. With your local Bryant dealer, you're getting more than just a technician. You're getting someone who pays attention to your needs and the little things that make a big difference. It takes a dealer you can rely on. And to keep your family warm this winter,
here, let me show you how this works.
It takes Bryant.
Bryant. Whatever it takes.
And to keep your family comfortable, it takes E.H. Roberts Heating and Cooling. Find them at ehroberts.com.
Well, the Zips open up, or really it's closed the season on Friday against Buffalo UB, 1 o'clock kickoff. You can listen to that game on the Zips Radio Network. 5-6, Coach, 4-3 in the Mid-American Conference. They've been looking for that 6th win for a long time.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep them from getting it. But they've been a very streaky team. But Coach Lindquist has done a nice job. Well coached, physical, and explosive on all 3 sides of the ball. And we're fired up. We're excited to go up there and keep this momentum rolling.
They're coming off a really tough loss to Kent State on Saturday in overtime, 30-27. They have had big wins during the course of the season over Toledo and Bowling Green. They beat a good EMU team, Eastern Michigan, put 50 on them. So potentially they're an excellent football team.
Yeah, they definitely. And that's the beauty of the MAC. Week in and week out, you're going to be challenged, and you got to bring your A game. There
you go. Coach, great win over Northern Illinois. I know you're pumped getting up to Buffalo. Let's close it out with another win.
Let's do it. Go Zips.
Okay, for Coach Moorhead, I'm Joe Dunn. To see you back here next week. And always remember, go Zips.
This has been Zips Weekly with Joe Moorhead.
Contributing sponsor,
Hilton Akron Fairlawn. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Zips.
This has been a presentation from Learfield IMG College.